Hey there, I'm Jackie Jackson Daly, and I am here today to talk a little bit about my favorite method of booking parties with people that I don't know. And that is called booking parties through casual conversation. And you can also call this canvassing. You may have heard of that term before. Canvassing typically involves going out, handing business cards to strangers, walking around town, kind of building business. And it can be quite an intimidating thing to do. Well, the good news is it can be very easy to do if you just have the right tools. So, first of all, I want you to think about all the different ways and different places that you can build business. You can do it while you're grocery shopping. You can do it when you go to the bank. You can do it while you're doing your laundry at the laundromat, grabbing your cup of coffee at Starbucks. It really can happen anywhere. And the key is to have it on your brain at all times. If it's on your brain, you're thinking about it, you're going to be more likely to look for opportunities to talk about your business. So that really is the key here. So first of all, I want you to think a little bit about what do you say to people when they say, "How are you?" or "Hi there." Our typical answer is, "I'm fine, thanks," or "Doing good." And that's kind of a closed response. What I mean by that is that it doesn't really offer an opportunity for them to ask more or to develop interest in something. So think of ways that you can provide answers that are going to get people excited. So, for example, "How are you?" "Oh, I'm doing really great. I'm so excited. I'm running some errands before I jump off to work." And they're like, "Oh my gosh, she's really excited to go to work. Okay, that's kind of wild. Well, what do you do?" And then you get to tell them, "Well, I'm a passion parties consultant. Have you ever heard of it?" And that's your in. Um, Same thing if somebody says, "Oh, that's such a pretty dress." "Oh, thank you. I picked it out for my passion party." So you can think of different ways to respond that's going to bring them back to what you do. If you're meeting people and you're getting to know them, best question you can ask them, "What do you do for a living?" Because they are almost always going to respond with, "And what do you do?" If you don't ask them, they're not going to ask you. Okay, so that's a very easy one. So I'm going to share some examples of opportunities I've had where I did book parties, sponsor consultants, et cetera, et cetera. And these are specific examples that have worked for me. So first of all, this one was in Trader Joe's. I was grocery shopping, and I was sorry, I'm just going to scroll down here a bit. My notes, there we go. So I was grocery shopping, and the checkout guy was like, "Oh my God, it's so busy in here today." I'm like, "I know. I don't know why I waited until 5 o'clock to come shopping. I could have come earlier today because I work from home." And he actually said, "Well, what do you do?" And I told him, and he got all excited. He's like, "Oh my gosh, I totally need to get you in touch with my girlfriend. She's been looking for something to do, and this would be perfect for her." So, boom, there you go. Um, Another one, I do this all the time. I still go to the bank and I go in to get my small bills because I find that it gives me an opportunity to talk with the people working there, and I have book parties at the bank. So I will say something like, "Hey, I need to get some small bills. I have a passion party tonight. I need to make sure I've got change for the ladies." And so that's very cool. If you are going out before your party, stopping at Starbucks for a coffee, say, "Hey, can I get an Americano? I've got to get some good caffeine in me because I've got a passion party tonight and those girls are going to be ready for some fun." Guarantee you they're going to ask more. After you're done with your party, if you're going out for a drink, have a little decompression time. Tell them, "Hey, can I get a Jack and Coke? I had such an awesome night tonight at work and I have to celebrate." Of course, they're going to ask you what you do. Now, here's an interesting one. I actually got a party booked with a woman who was doing door-to-door sales with at my house using those farm boxes. I'm sure you're familiar with those, like farm produce boxes. And so I was actually ordering one from her because she was great at what she did and she convinced me. And so I said to her, "Hey, you are so good at what you do, and I just can really appreciate that being in sales myself, but I sell a very different and interesting kind of thing." And then she asked me what I sold. Now, here's a totally different way you could go. I was at a boutique shopping, and you could do this even if it wasn't really true that you were shopping specifically for fashion parties. But I was shopping for a convention, and I was looking for some earrings. And I said, "Hey, can you help me pick out a pair of earrings for this dress? I'm wearing this for my upcoming passion parties convention, so I want to look really great." Um, And here's another one. This was my favorite. I went to get raffle tickets for my party, and I went to a party store. And as I was checking out, I said, I am so glad you had pink raffle tickets. They're the perfect color for my passion party tonight. And she said, oh my God, you do passion parties? She ended up booking one party, then another party. And then from that party, I still have parties going, maybe 10, 15 parties later. And I have 3 team members on my team because of it. So that's pretty powerful. And if I hadn't spoken up, it never would have happened. So hope that encourages you and gets you excited about talking about your business. If you still are afraid of talking and kind of getting yourself out there, it's okay. It takes time to build the confidence. In the meantime, use some tools. Make sure that you have some logo wear on with passion parties on, or you're carrying a bag, something that can generate conversation that's going to help you to bridge that gap. But I recommend that you go out and just try it. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised with what you find. Okay, good luck. Oh, I almost forgot one more thing. Make sure to get their contact info. Okay, super important. You can do all this work, and if you don't get their contact info, it's worth nothing. If I hadn't gotten the phone number of that gal at the party store, she wouldn't have called me. She was a busy woman. I knew that. So you've got to get their info. My simplest way to say it is, hey, I really enjoyed talking with you today. I'd love to get you all my contact info, but I'm fresh out of business cards. What's the best way to get that to you? Or you can say, I would love to send you a discount code for my website. You are so awesome, and I just love chatting with you. So how can I send that to you? Okay, so those are 2 easy ways. I hope that gives you some fun ideas, and go out there and have fun booking parties through your conversations.